Jo Leute, was geht? Hier ist der Nike mit einem weiteren Kurzprojekt nach Kaizo Mario oder vor Kaizo Mario, ich weiß es nicht. Kommt jetzt Getting Over It mit Bennett Foddy, denn auch da drin bin ich nicht so schlecht. Ich habe das 50 Mal geschafft, ich mit dem Goldpot und ja, es wollten ein paar Leute sehen, wie ich das spiele. Die werden jetzt sehr enttäuscht sein, weil das schnell vorbei sein wird. Wir fangen mal an. Ich bin nämlich relativ gut in dem Spiel tatsächlich. Mein Rekord liegt über irgendwie 6 Minuten oder so. Aber das ist etwas her, ich habe auch länger nicht mehr gespielt. Also ein bisschen Fails wird es schon geben, aber ihr werdet enttäuscht sein, dass ich so gut bin. Und ich weiß auch noch nicht, wie es mit dem Sound ist mit meiner Maus. Ich mache hier einfach mal einen auf ganz entspannt. Erstmal.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red, but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up.
Da hast du recht, Bennett.
If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much.
So, hier habe ich keine Safe States.
I'll be here.
Ich kann jetzt sowieso nicht so viel reden, weil Bennett sehr viel reden wird.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing.
Komm, Diogenes.
A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Was mache ich hier eigentlich gerade?
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink.
Das ist die schwerste
Things are
Stelle,
made
ja?
to be consumed and used in a certain
Das
context.
sollte man nicht
And once the
unterschätzen.
moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this
schwerste
vast
Stelle im
digital
Spiel.
landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash.
Scheiße.
But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled,
Sehr schön.
rotten,
Läuft gut.
untitled.
Läuft gut.
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh.
Ja, die Stelle ist auch
And
lustig,
there's
ja?
years of persevering, disappearing into the pile,
Könnte
out
noch
of
mit dauern.
style, out of sight.
Ich versuche es schnell zu kriegen.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Ja, das sieht gut aus. Scheiße, ich häng fest am
When
Scheiß
games
Hut.
were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless.
Nein!
But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
Ich weiß, Bennett, ich weiß.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or
Nope.
Twitch, while
Ja,
some dude
ihr
with
schon.
10 million views does it for you.
Ihr schon.
Like
Ich
a
hab die
baby
10
bird
Million
being
Views.
fed chewed up food. That's culture too. But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated. An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel.
Leute, das sieht sehr gut
That's
aus.
not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice. It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't.
Der Eimer ist
There was
kacke.
something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue. It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
Scheiße. Komm, lass mich hoch.
We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition, it's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
So, jetzt hält er mal kurz sein Maul endlich für eine kurze Zeit. Aber auch nur für ein paar Sekunden. Gleich geht's direkt weiter mit Gelaber. Also ihr seht schon, ich bin jetzt nicht so schlecht in dem Game. Das könnte sogar ein... Also bislang ist das ein ultra guter Run. Einer der besseren von mir, auf jeden Fall. Also es kann bis zu 20 Minuten normalerweise... Also, ja. Also man, wie gesagt, beste Runs sind so um die 5 Minuten. Aber es kann auch bis zu 20 dauern bei mir mal. Jetzt, ihr seht schon. Man kann hier einfach mit der... Man kann hier auch einfach langsam hoch übrigens. Aber ich bevorzuge die schnelle Variante, weil ich weiß, wie man sich saven kann, wenn man es dann verkackt. Deswegen, ja. Genau das wollte ich. Danke. Nein, lass mich hoch. Danke. Lass mich doch einfach diesen scheiß Berg hoch. Oh, ernsthaft. Ernsthaft jetzt. Jetzt bin ich wieder hier. Geil. Na, geil, echt. Genau das sollte natürlich nicht passieren. Aber manchmal kann auch ich eben nicht alles perfekt. Ne? Ihr wisst das ja. Jetzt kann ich ein bisschen reden. Guck mal, Bennett ist mal kurz still für eine Minute. Das freut mich. Ne, so wird er nix. So kommen wir da nicht hoch. Ah, oder doch, doch, doch. Sieht gut aus. Und ja, das bin wirklich ich, der das hier spielt gerade. Das ist keine Aufnahme von irgendjemand anderem. Hier, guck, ich mache jetzt Pause. Zack. Und ich mache jetzt hier... Ja. Einmal als Proof, dass ich das bin. Ah, schade. Hätte gut werden können, aber wollte nicht. Bennett. Ach, ich sage immer Bennett zu dem Typen, aber der Typ hier heißt nicht Bennett. Der heißt, wie heißt denn der, wie wird denn das auf Deutsch ausgesprochen? Diogenes? Ich weiß es nicht, Diogenes? Irgendwie sowas. Diogenes auf Englisch.
Have you thought about who you are in this?
Jetzt wird's
Are you the
langsam.
man in the pot, Diogenes? Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow. Nor the man, nor the man's hand.
Weise Worte von
And
Bennett.
this here is will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
Übrigens, Bennett, der kann das Spiel ultra gut auch. Leider. Ich hatte gehofft, dass er wenigstens bei seinem eigenen Spiel scheiße ist. Ist er aber nicht. Und deswegen habe ich es mir damals zum Ziel gesetzt, dieses Spiel hier gut zu können, um es Bennett einfach zu zeigen, dass er ein Arschloch ist. Na. Es gibt übrigens auch ein schlechtes Ende in dem Spiel. Ganz oben. Hier, jetzt gleich. Hier gibt es einen Radiotower. Wenn man auf der anderen Seite runterfällt, hat man das Bad Ending.
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church, and the rectory,
Na.
the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up, and in a moment I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
Ich fliege jetzt einfach hier ein bisschen hoch. Ja, und das, Freunde, war auch schon Getting
I
Over.
dedicate this game to you, the one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
Das war Getting Over It mit Bennett Foddy, Freunde. Das war das. Da war schon das ganze Game. Wir müssen nur noch einmal um diesen... Na, das ist jetzt natürlich doof, dass wir hier jetzt so um diesen Asteroiden nochmal rum müssen. Denn wenn wir Pech haben... Ne, wir haben Glück. Ich kann das Game ja gut genug, dass wir hier hochkommen.
No.
So, jetzt geben wir uns einen kleinen Stups. Und es geht hinauf. Nein, das reicht nicht. Oh. Okay, geben wir uns halt noch einen Stups. So, das reicht. Das war bei Getting Over It mit Bennett Foddy. Ich hoffe, es hat euch Spaß gemacht. Mir hat es Spaß gemacht. Und dann sehen wir uns das nächste Mal wieder. Bin der Nike. Bis dann. Ciao, ciao. Beim nächsten Projekt. Oder beim Mario Sunshine. Keine Ahnung. Viel Spaß mit den Credits.
I'm going down the road feeling bad. Lord, I'm going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. And I ain't gonna be treated this away. I'm going where the chill wind never blows. Lord, I'm going where that chill wind never blows. I'm going where that chill wind never blows. And I ain't gonna be treated this away. I'm going where the climate suits my cauldron. I'm going where my cauldron's never cold. I'm going where the climate suits my cauldron. I ain't gonna be treated this away.
this road feeling bad. Lord, I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. And I ain't gonna be treated this way